Hey, what's up? This is Brandon Simmons for BrandonSimmons.biz. This is my weekly video blog called Bullheaded, a review of the Houston Texans news, as well as a preview of their upcoming game matchups. So this week, the Texans are on a bye week, so this is not going to be a real long video at all. I'm going to really try to cut myself off this time. What I wanted to do was just come in and give a couple of thoughts on how the Texan season has been going so far. Just my personal review of it. So, first things first, what's been impressing me, what the positives are that I've taken so far from the season, is the defense has been kind of shaping up a little bit. Small things, like Jonathan Bernard, he's boosted up into the starting lineup, and of course this is kind of coming in. This is coming in the wake of Charles Omenihu getting traded or whatever. But I still feel like it's something that was a long time coming, based off his play this year. Another player that popped off to me was Grugier Hill, one of the linebackers. He's been making some big plays here and there. Lonnie Johnson, I kind of want to see a little bit more consistency out of him. He had a couple picks or whatever this year, and so overall, I think the defense is, we're kind of watching them shape up, to build into something in the next few years. So I think that's a great thing. Another thing that's been impressive, or let's not say impressive, but another positive that I'm taking from this season is that that first round pick is going to be looking real nice. um, you know, the Texans, going to be picking in the first. They're going to be picking in the first round after a couple seasons, for the first time in a couple seasons. So right now they're second. I think they're second worst record in the league, and so at this point at 1-8, that's something that they're really going to be looking. Going to be keeping an eye on. I think all the fans are going to be keeping an eye on, and just see like where they land in that where they finish in the draft position. So right now it's pretty high, and I doubt that they'll be able to lower that position at all. Negatives. So good segue. Negatives from the Texans. Just overall offensive effort, and I kind of I kind of didn't want to put that on there, because there's nuance to it. We've had a rookie quarterback who had to get thrown in there, and he really wasn't ready, and so um, I would say to me that's a negative. Just but I still, what I'm trying to say is I still count it as a negative. Just because he's just it's just one of those situations where nothing good came out of it. I mean, even though he's learning, you still expect some things to kind of be you expect some things to kind of be a little bit better. You don't expect to go out there and drop like 3 points in one game, get shut out in another game, and all this other stuff. So I'll say, that's a negative, and it's not just on him. I think it's has something to do with the coaching staff. They're probably not coaching him properly. They're not getting him prepared enough for these games, and yeah, that's can be a struggle for a rookie who's learning how to prepare for NFL games. But at the same time, there's like I said, there's still some things that he can kind of take care of on his own. There's just some tangibles that he can take care of his own that the coaches need to help him out with. So. Uh, Another negative, the saga of the Deshaun Watson trade. And so, really, this, as we all know, this trade rumor request has been going on for like almost a whole calendar year. And so, really, what it is, the saga of it is just nothing's happened yet. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like every time there's these reporters and rumors just building something up to um, get a deal going, is like everything falls apart. So I think that's my only issue. That's really my only issue with it. And given the nature of it, we talked about it before, the consequences, or his unknown consequences due to his off field, off the field situations, that has played a part into it. But I would rather just teams just kind of lay low on both sides. I would, just lay low and see what happens when the discipline is actually handed out. So we'll see what goes on with that. So schedule ahead, man. Looking ahead, like even before the season, I knew this was going to be a tough schedule for the Texans just overall. So what I feel like is, yeah, they might get one game. They might get one game. On the rest of the schedule. I'm looking at it right now. They come off the bye week, playing the Titans. Then after that, it's the Jets. Then it's the Colts, Seahawks. Yeah, 3 game homestand with the Jets, Colts, and Seahawks. The rematch against Jacksonville, at home against the Chargers, going on the road to face the 49ers, and the Titans. Yeah, they finished at home against the Titans. So earlier in the year, before the season even started, um, I definitely, I thought they would get a couple wins. Definitely after Jets, the Chargers, the Niners. I thought they would get a win for sure. And my whole reasoning behind that was, Lovie Smith. He's gonna have, his choice of rookie quarterbacks, particularly with the Niners and the Jets. So, with that being said, Zach Wilson, he's still hurt. He might. I'm not sure the extent of his injury. He might be out by the time he comes around to the. By the time he comes around, the Jets play us. Um, 49ers, I doubt they're going to start Trey Lance, and so we still might get Jimmy G or whatever, or they might do a 2 quarterback system. It'll that's a week 17 game, so it'll probably depend on whether they're in the playoffs or anything. So definitely that's them. Their postseason chances probably gonna factor in who plays in their quarterback. I It ain't no telling who's gonna be our quarterback at that time, considering our postseason is pretty much done away with for the year. So um, Chargers, I thought that would be a close game, but nah, they're doing pretty great this year. So, yeah, as expected, the Jaguars just might be our our second win. They might be our only win of the season. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the schedule ahead. So my conclusion for the Texans season is, we pretty much had we pretty much had a season as expected with the roster that we've had coming into this year. So, when people say stuff like, "Oh, the Texans' offense, they're unwatchable," and I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." I don't know what y'all expected. Obviously, we probably expected a little bit different result. With Tyrod Taylor coming back, but he is returning from injury, so you probably cut him some slack for that one Dolphins game. But you know what I'm saying? Even with that, it's like they could do a little bit better. So we'll see when when he actually comes back from the bye week. See how they actually get up and get prepared for the Titans. But other than that, like at 1-8, like this team is just pretty much fighting for a draft position. That's how I feel that's how I feel that's going to happen. And so that can look a little bit murky as far as like when we're talking about unwatchable football. You can kind of get a little bit worried about how the rest of the season is going to turn out because if they're trying to sit still for they're trying to sit still and hold a position for the number 2 spot, number 3 spot, or just overall top 5 spot, then you're not going to expect a I'm not going to expect them to just be really competing at a high level. Now the players might tell you different, and that's the players that'll tell you different. But I don't know. I feel like things roster moves will be made where they'll kind of guarantee us that you know we're trying to they'll let us know that hey we're trying to play for this top 5, top 2 spot or whatever. So yeah, uh, that's also my prediction as well. Like a lot of this football is going to be, you know, fighting for the draft spot. But also, I think there'll be a little bit of, trying to see like what is left with this team, what is left in this roster. Um, because pretty much, I go back and I think about, what people have been saying about the whole quarterback situation, what people think about the college quarterbacks this year, and me personally, I'm not a big draft guy, and it's like 60,000 college football games on every week, so it's hard to just keep up with just one particular player. But I will definitely say that if anything, I will definitely say it will continue to be like an observation of what talent is had here, because this team, I don't think they might not go for a quarterback. They might go for completely different position area. Some people have thrown out safety. Some people have thrown out just overall defensively, overall defensive player. So it might be something where it's just observing the roster, see what holes really need to be filled, and maybe that's where they'll put the number 2 pick. Hell, they might even throw a old lineman in there for whatever reason, just to keep Tyrod Taylor healthy. I've seen fans talk about that. They would like to see Tyrod get another shot and all that for the next couple of years, and I think that's cool to like really see. But at some point, I think either this year or next year, the team is going to take a serious look at getting another franchise quarterback. So um, that's we'll see how that goes and we'll see how that turns out. So that's all I got for y'all this week. Very short week. I hope y'all enjoyed the bye week from from all that y'all had to endure. I'm Brandon Simmons for Brandon Simmons.biz. Holla black.